Edgiest preteen ever. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like extremely loud in this thing.
Yeah, this is weird.
Hello
Yeah, you
everyone and
probably should
welcome
take
to
it.
another episode of the Mindless Show. Today's topic is cosplay. I really hope you can fucking hear me right now. I'm joined by Pink Salad and Magic Mike. Hi. I'm your host, Mr. Mindless. And stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just ate, so it's like I'm like half digesting, half thinking right now. Never a good thing.
So today we're doing cosplay, and so far these three helmets we were wearing, I made personally. Follow me on Instagram at tallblondboy, and blonde is missing the E, and it's B-O-I.
It's in the description.
Yeah.
So, we do cosplay, kind of.
Yeah.
We've all done cosplay.
We've done cosplay.
Yeah.
Cosplay is costume play, which is a Japanese word. Cosplay is Japanese?
Asian district, whatever.
We're all white guys, so we have no idea.
And if we're not that like only one of us is a weeb.
Which one of us?
It's oh my god! I'm sorry.
I have no idea. I honestly like making the helmets a lot more than anything. We have either Mad Max Apocalypse helmet, Mandalorian Star Wars helmet, which is Boba Fett and Jango Fett sort of, and an NCR Ranger from the Fallout New Vegas.
Yet on the inside, it looks like Darth Vader.
Yeah. What's your experience with cosplay?
Shit. I've been doing cosplay for. I don't do it like professionally or anything. I just do it for fun if I ever get around to it. And I've been doing it for. Technically, you could always say I've been doing it as a kid because ever since I was a kid, because I used to dress up as a kid. Who the fuck didn't? But knowing as what cosplay is and doing it actually for the purpose of going to conventions, probably since my the second year of conventions, so probably about 3 or 4 years now. Mainly because the first convention I went to was just to see famous people and buy comics and shit. And the second convention, I think we actually started cosplaying because I had a whole group of friends that did it. And I mainly did stuff from. I haven't done very many cosplays. I think the only cosplays I did was probably home stuff. Because I bought a wig and everything and was John for a day. And John Egbert, and I can't remember what other cosplays I've done whilst going to a convention. Because I don't think I did many more after that, mainly because I couldn't be bothered. I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, what about you? What's your experience, Pink Salad?
Honestly, I've gone to quite a few conventions. So not last year, like the year before, I went to a convention every 3 months or so, each school holiday. So that's normally when they are. I've cosplayed. First cosplay was just a sci-fi guy robot thing costume. First ever thing I made. Second convention was. What was the second convention? I don't remember. I think I was a sim with a plumb bob and everything, which I made out of cardboard. Third cosplay was the Night That Says an E, full scale stilts and everything, full Night That Says an E helmet with antlers, which I did make. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to cut his dick.
And
It's more entertaining.
then my last one was a Mandalorian with full set of armor. Here is like the main chest piece, and like it's just EVA foam, which is your best friend apart from cardboard and hot glue. The Night That Says an E was basically PVC stilts that I made by hand, meant for a Space Marine, big Space Marine guys, which I converted.
From Warhammer?
Yeah, from Warhammer. I got the patterns and the idea from the guys who made full-size Warhammer armor for the stilts. The helmet was EVA foam with air dry clay antlers and stuff.
Well, cosplay for me is very... Well, I wasn't a big cosplay fan. I admire it, and I like people who put such details into these small things, really. It's very good. But I have, like, three little brothers that always wear costumes of something else. Superman, Batman, and all that. It's really annoying, but it's good to see professionals actually put their time and effort in making these small but big details to a costume. And I've been to a few conventions here and there, never dressed up as... I mean, I did dress up, but not detailed as these guys. But yeah, these cosplays are very good, and it's nice for them to do cosplay because they get to be someone they admire or make them forget themselves for a little bit just to be someone better, I guess.
Like, lots of people cosplay for the reason to be someone else, and be someone they admire or someone they think looks cool. And you can be someone else for a day and that sort of thing. So you, like, really nervous people can be a really brave character, and they can be brave for a day. They can do things they wouldn't normally do because they are who they are. Like who they're cosplaying as. Like, because lots of people, lots of cosplayers, I'll have to admit, are like, kind of spend all the time indoors, not really socializing, and this is an event to get out and socialize. And, like, lots of people put time and effort into making really detailed things, and other people will make a thing the day before. Like The Sim. All you need is you can be whatever you want with a plumb bob, and then you're a Sim. And there's like other cosplays of other things, like you cosplayed as someone from Homestuck.
Yeah, I've cosplayed as John and fuck, I forgot his name, who cares? I've cosplayed as two different characters from Homestuck.
And aren't they like plain clothes?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I think, if anything, with cosplay, I count there as three different aspects. There's store-bought, which is obviously buy your own costume from a store, which people usually do for events like Halloween and whatever. There's your own clothes, which is usually like what I did with my Homestuck costumes of Jake and John. Was it Jake?
Things you already have around the house.
What the fuck is the blonde guy's name? Fuck, I forgot.
The blonde one.
The blonde one with the glasses. Dave Strider, that's the one. So, yeah, so for them it was basic stuff. Like with Dave, it was literally just a black suit jacket with a white shirt, with black pants, which were my school pants, black shoes, which were my school shoes, and black socks, which I usually wore to band and whatever. And I just stuck on a thing with sticker tape, which is an image which is a part of his costume, and then I just had bigger glasses than these that were bigger and thicker rims and whatever.
Yeah.
Apart from that, so that's what I consider to be your own clothes. So you get your own clothes, and all you do is maybe make some minor adjustments. Like again with John Egbert, I just had casual clothes, and I stuck a logo onto my shirt. But then there's professional people or somewhat professional, who go into actually making their own shit.
Making completely custom clothes from the characters.
Yeah.
And
whether it be like through cardboard and whatnot, or whether it be for actually knitting and sewing and actually creating them from scratch, just buying materials.
But store-bought...
Ripping down your curtains and making a costume out of your curtains.
Yeah. Some people have done that.
Or your linen bed sheets.
What was the thing? If you're starting cosplay, cardboard, hot glue is your best friend. Maybe a bit of paper mache, honestly. See, this is my latest helmet. It is an apocalyptic helmet. It is a completely cardboard helmet, and the front plate, well, the sort of respirator nose part is EVA foam, so I could get all the detail. But I could have made this just out of cardboard and duct tape. Cardboard and hot glue. Tips: use paper mache. It's fun. Don't use flour and water. Use just PVA craft glue, in my opinion.
What about people who use who paint their skin to either dress up like a character, like they have tattoos, or because their skin color of the character is someone completely different?
Skin. If you're white and cosplaying as a black character, you can just wear the clothes. That's perfectly fine. You're still that character.
Yeah.
You don't need to paint yourself black to be that character. They're black and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you want, makeup would help.
Yeah. Lots of people spend a lot of money on makeup and that sort of thing.
I know that there are body paints and stuff that people use because, again, I used to dress up with Homestuck related stuff, so I had people dressed up as the trolls, and the trolls were completely grey skinned, so people would go all out and actually paint their face, most of the top of their chest and their arms, maybe even their legs as well, in complete grey, so they could just be the character.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. When
It takes a while to wash out, especially if it gets stuck in your hair.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah.
It's commitment.
But low budget cosplay is still good to see. There's a thing where making anything out of duct tape, like a completely duct taped Thor costume of different coloured duct tapes, that's...
Yeah, there's no shame in a low quality cosplay, because the idea that you've still gone to an effort to make something to dress up.
There's like
express yourself differently.
There's jokingly bad cosplays where the most famous one is the Gundam, where it's a dude in a cardboard box with Gundam written on the side of it, and
there are ones where you can legitimately spoof the cosplay of, well, the costume of the person you're going as.
Like, the most popular thing now is Overwatch, if you couldn't tell. And there's a lot of booty out there. A lot of booty.
I haven't been to any conventions recently, so I don't know.
One of the reasons I stopped is, like, just, you see a bunch of pretty ladies in costume looking pretty fun. And then you see a bunch of neckbeards just slowly, just greasily, just, you can see the grease, like a snail behind them, just go up with the cameras and take photos. And it's just that bit creepy. And, like, all you do at con is, like, if you're not dressing up, you're buying stuff and you're seeing celebrities. If not, it's typically a bit expensive because, like, you're not really doing anything. It's an expensive day out.
Yeah.
Mainly go with friends. It's a lot more fun, honestly.
Yes, definitely in groups. Like I've been to conventions for strictly just to see people famous. I literally went to a whole different state just to see one famous person. I ended up getting like a whole bunch of friends there because they were all in a whole group again to do with Homestuck, and that was pretty freaking awesome.
There's lots of communities at conventions. Like, if you see someone in a costume, walk up and say, "Hey, I love your costume," that sort of thing.
Yeah, usually they're like, I'm gonna strictly go over a lot of the Homestuck stuff because it's what I have most experience with. I've had a lot of occasions where people have come up to me and been like, "Hey, we've got a Homestuck meetup at this place at this time if you want to come along." Like, usually I was kind of not as old as I am now, so I was like between 15 and 18, so I wasn't really allowed to go by myself somewhere, especially somewhere that's far away from the city. So, because conventions usually take place either really close to the city or pretty far away.
Yeah, they're either really in a city or out in a bit, like, where they can get a hall to set up all the tables and stuff. Buying things at conventions is really good. You can see lots of artists.
I was going to just got to, you can keep talking, sorry.
Yeah. Like, you can buy lots of things and lots of props and costumes at conventions. And, like,
this is fucking heavy.
Yeah, it's good, Matt. This is on a completely different note. Nerf guns are your friend. You paint them. They look pretty cool. You have this one. Bottom trigger first.
It's not like
Yeah, Nerf guns are pretty much the basic for all guns in all shapes and sizes. They're constantly used for everything really, besides playing games and playing toys. Even YouTubers and movies nowadays, all they do is just buy a shit ton of Nerf guns and repaint them.
The Halo movie, I can't remember which one, like...
it might be like Forward Onto Dawn or something.
I honestly don't remember. It's one of the Halo movies either way. They use the Nerf long shot painted black as their extra character. Like, the guys in the background use Nerf guns to, like, have guns that look sci-fi.
Yeah.
Typically, a costume, like a Nerf gun, can cost you a lot brand new, or op shops. Op shops are your friend.
Oh, definitely. When it comes to cosplay, op shops are they're your best friend.
Can I roll that? I found this one at a Camberwell market. Markets, flea markets, second-hand markets, op shops, all your friend. You can normally buy cheap clothes that you can just tear up and stuff, or second-hand Nerf guns. Second-hand Nerf guns can either be full price, so you don't buy them, or like $2. This Nerf gun is typically like $20-ish. It cost me $2. And you can also find just really cool things that you can turn into costumes, or just buy really cool clothes and hats and stuff.
What about professional cosplayers? Do you guys know any?
I don't know any personally. Vulpin Props basically makes props like helmets, costumes, trophies for Magic tournaments and does like, he's a professional prop maker. What I am, I'm a prop maker. I love making and creating things. And I want to sell my things eventually. And like I make things for friends. We had a cosplay day at our school. People were doing an evolution, meaning they were dressing up as all the different Eevees.
Yes.
I made 3 or 4 sets of ears. I made Vaporeon, the Fire one, the Grass,
Eevee from
Galarion.
Pokemon.
Galarion.
Oh, Eevee. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, evolution.
Yeah.
And like I gave them away to people. I gave them as a gift because I enjoy making it, and I don't think I'm good enough to start selling these. I probably could, but I want to get better.
Yeah, but prop making businesses are very tough because there's like thousands of hundreds of people that are doing the exact same thing, probably on a better level even.
Yeah,
So it's hard to get that kind of job.
See, there's like making Overwatch things now. Everyone can do it. But making like lots of really popular things like Star Wars and stuff. There's people making that thing already, and like you can make it and sell it yourself, but
Or you can just go to your local toy or shop and easily buy it.
yeah, but lots of people already make things. If you can do it better than them, go ahead. If you can do it better and cheaper, then do it. If you can't do it as good, you probably won't sell it. If you do something special that you can make, if you make customized, selling customized Nerf guns that are just painted is a really good business, as long as they're not too expensive.
You can even put them in like, I know people who do like live action like role plays and tournaments, like say a lot of people dress up in like medieval clothing and
LARP. Selling stuff to LARPers is good.
live action role plays, yes. There's a lot of people all over the world who actually who don't just dress up but actually create themselves real life characters. It's like D&D but without the imagination because it's legitimately happening in front of you. I've seen a couple maybe documentaries and stuff literally just about this and just about people going around. I mean, it's a nerd talking to other nerds. Not being not using nerd as a criticism. I just
as a derogatory term. We are all nerds, I assume. Yeah, except for
pretty much.
we too are nerds.
Yes.
And
Just a fan.
just a fan.
Yeah, the nerd and the fan. Because again, most cosplayers, some cosplayers are just fans. They just want to dress up as their characters from the shows and whatever.
They want to show off what they can do, and they want to make other people's days. Like people dress up as like say someone dresses up as Batman, and they see a little kid, and they take a photo with that little kid, and that little kid's having the best time of his life because he just met Batman. And it's like people dress up as princesses and stuff, and like little girls and people see them and get photos with them, and that makes their day. And people just enjoy doing that, making other people's days, and just
And even the aspect of at conventions where celebrities who were these characters go to conventions to see their fans dressed up in cosplays.
Like
and they find it pretty awesome.
Adam Savage, guy from Mythbusters, does a lot of cosplay and makes a lot of costumes. He's a prop maker. He does Adam Savage Incognito, where he goes in costume and puts a couple of hints on Twitter of what costume it is and waits for fans to find him in costume. And like it's an entire competition sort of thing. And like celebrities do cosplay. The guy from Spider-Man. Main guy from Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, dressed up as Spider-Man. I went to one of the Comic-Cons or something, and like got photos with fans, and then told them on Twitter afterwards, hey, I dressed up as Spider-Man, who took a photo with me, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember there's someone who dressed up as, this has happened for both Batman and Spider-Man, but someone has dressed up as Uncle Ben, and then has dressed up as Batman's parents. And so whenever they've run into, say, for Uncle Ben, they've run into a Spider-Man, they just drop dead on the floor.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, and the same thing with Batman and his parents. And his parents just find him like, hi, we're your parents. Dies on the floor. No, my parents are dead, Reenact classic famous scenes from...
Or imagine see people like Aliens of Predator, you see them walking like they're always staring at each other, like pretending fighting.
Yeah, the amount of times where people actually have competitions at the, like this fucking... At like because conventions that I've been to like Armageddon, Supernova, and Comic-Con, there's been actual like Quidditch
Oh,
games, so people actually play Quidditch legitimately. It's
yeah,
pretty
Quidditch
awesome.
is a legitimate, not a legitimate sport, but it is a sport that people play
Yes.
at conventions. My dad makes things that are out of wood, like chests and medieval stuff. He got paid to make someone a Quidditch broom, and he was like, okay, I'm getting paid for this, I'll make it.
Hey, money is money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, the word cringy sometimes does come up with certain fan groups and stuff. Other people...
Yeah, like with say Minecraft, for example.
Oh, lots of people dress up as Minecraft characters and Minecraft ends and...
Which is usually one of the easiest things to do, either get a cardboard head and paint it, or just buy one at a store.
Yeah.
Those things sell like crazy. It's
Buying costumes is good, it's fine,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
perfectly acceptable.
helps the industry
Just-
as well.
Buying really just... Some costumes I just don't like, because it's my personal taste.
Yeah.
Like, either I don't like the thing it's from, or it's just...
Stereotypical, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, like say like the sexy nurse thing. You don't want to see that every day.
A sexy...
Or maybe you do. I don't know.
Sexy
It's your
Silent
fetish.
Hill nurse. thank
Sexy
you.
Silent Hill nurse.
Yeah.
Or sexy little the sexy
Big-
what is it, the daughter thing from fucking
Big Daddies.
Little sisters.
They're not though, but is it little sister? Are they called little sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called little sisters.
Because
Sexy
there's
little
big
sister.
sisters and there's little sister, isn't there?
Yeah, those big sisters are basically just girls wearing big daddy suits.
Yeah, that's
Female
well, that,
version
that,
Big Daddy.
yeah, because
Big
that's
Daddy.
game. Anyway,
Terrifying, really.
but it's
I played the game, it's
still,
horrifying.
it's still interesting. I mean, even as there are people like say Meg Tony, for example, who's a professional cosplayer. She actually like legitimately does photo shoots. Like there are so many people I know.
Oh.
I'm on a cosplay community group on Facebook, and it's a lot of people are just showing the fact that they've been in photo shoots or showing images from their photo shoots with famous people. It's
At
all just
conventions,
general.
you get your photo taken and you get a good costume. I went as the night at Disney. I walked around for a couple hours. Every 2 or 3 minutes, someone would stop me for ask photo because I was 7 foot tall and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I got one guy that asked me for a photo was taller than me on my stilts. I'm 6'3". The stilts added a foot, the helmet added a foot, and the guy was taller than me. That was honestly really impressive. Lots of people who take a photo give you some sort of card for their website so you can go see them. You can find me online, like Disney, Cosplay in Melbourne or something like that. There's photos.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I got someone I know personally, didn't know I did it, and said, hey yo man, did you see the night at the Disney at OzComic-Con? No, was it OzComic-Con? Yeah, it was OzComic-Con. He said, hey, do you get any photos because I know you went? And I said, ha, that's me. And like lots of people that like my dad's friends even heard about it because they're a bunch of nerds. And like I got some notoriety.
Yeah.
And like that's really like that makes me feel happy. But also like if you're a girl it can be a bit creepy, honestly.
Yeah, there are some cosplayers for certain genders which... I mean, one of my favourite things about cosplay is the fact that people do gender swap, which I think is
gender bend.
awesome.
Gender bend, that's
yeah.
what it's called.
I really like, I very much admire that people actually go out of the way to create the alternate version of the character.
And
the
also
alternate gender version.
mashups of two separate characters into one. And like that it can look really cool or really dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you take pride in the goofiness, sometimes it's
Yeah.
better, you know.
There's always at least one Deadpool. Now the new Deadpool movies come out, there's at least 20, and it's really funny.
Yeah. You can't blame. You can't blame.
Yeah. When you see 20 Deadpools coming at you, you know you're gonna get like mugged, or someone's gonna get some chimichangas somewhere.
We met, me and my brother and my dad met Jenna Coleman, who plays Clara in Doctor Who. Did play Clara in Doctor Who. We met her maybe 2 years ago, and this is when I was dressed up as Dave Strider, and so, you know, my cosplay was still, you could still see my face, it was all good. So when you see the picture, you've got me in a suit, you've got my dad, you've got Jenna Coleman, and then you've got my younger brother who was in a full zombie costume, and a zombie moss costume, so look, he was just completely covered, so you don't even see his face. I was like, what the fuck is the point? I mean, she remembered him because she signed like a poster, and then we got the photo, and she remembered him during the photo shoot. But it was just like, you know, why do... I don't know. But there's so many people who dress up in costumes and get pictures with the people who play these characters.
Oh yeah, lots of people dress up as the character and then see the actor, and like that's kind of impressive.
Yes.
Something I find funny is when people take your photo of... They take a photo of the character, not of you, the character. That's what they want to see. People get excited when you're their favorite character and they come up to you, oh my god, you're amazing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Typically when like it's from an anime, you get your anime weeb girl comes up to you, say, oh my god, you're my favorite character, can I have your photo? And if you're a girl, you get some sweaty dude saying, oh my god. No, he just takes the photo subtly and doesn't even ask.
You're so specific to like big sweaty guys with neck beards.
That's...
it's very stereotypical of you.
No, it's worse because I've seen it happen. Okay, this is a story.
I'm okay if it's legit, like if you've actually seen it happen. Like,
Yes, it's creepy and
I
weird.
don't think I've been to enough
It's
conventions
like,
to see that.
it's like
Which is funny,
a
because you know,
joke,
I've
like
met
finding
him a
a
lot.
rapist in a convention. Who's not a virgin? Yeah.
It's like everyone raises their hands.
But the story goes, I've just come into Comic-Con for like the second or third time. I don't remember which time this is. I think it was a supernova, I'm not sure. Some girl in, I think it was some sort of vampire anime costume.
Vampire Night.
I could have been. I honestly don't know. I don't know all my vampire animes personally. And she was, her boob fell out of her costume because it was a very tight costume.
Like her boob or...
Her entire boob just out.
Ah.
And she had stuff over it because like it was like that type of costume where it could fall out easily. She got an entire room, about 40 men, all sweating naked, just taking photos. That legitimately happened, and that's why I have a thing about sweating naked at conventions.
I
He was
can
just walking around half naked.
I had a friend who I met, and it's not really so concerned with the same topic, but like I got a friend I met at a convention a couple of years back, and we started talking on Facebook a month after. I didn't realize that this was the same person I met, because like they were in a complete costume and they had bodies, paint, and everything. They were a completely different person, and I only knew them as the character, and we didn't really get to talk much on the day as it was. But like with the amount of time I spent with them, like we said hello, we hung out for like 5-10 minutes or whatever, went our separate ways, and then we ended up talking a couple months later because we had the same interest in films. And it turns out we'd actually already met at a convention, and I hadn't even realised that this was the same person.
Yeah, like you make friends at conventions, you add them on Facebook, you talk for a bit.
Yeah. It's always good. Like I've got heaps of friends who I've met at conventions. Even just sitting in line to see people from like say Rooster Teeth or anything. I've met people in line and we've become friends and still are friends, even if they're like 2-3 years older than me or 2-3 years younger than me. I don't care. We have the same interests. It's awesome. Mainly it's people that are older than me. I've only met like 2 people who are younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you're old. You old man.
I was much younger then. I was like 16, 17.
Back in the day when you were young.
Back in the day when I was
Yeah, back in the day.
young, innocent.
You innocent.
Yeah.
Before those mass murders, you know.
Before those
All the good stuff.
The molestations. Also, people commonly ask you where you bought something from or where you made it. I've been asked where I've bought stuff and said I've made it and have been really impressed. This Mandalorian helmet. Mandalorian mercs are guys who are dedicated into making Mandalorian costumes and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I've been asked, hey, yo man, are you part of the mercs? I said, oh no, I just do this for fun. They asked me how I made it, I explained to them. That sort of thing. It's a very positive environment, normally.
Yeah.
And most people, you can ask for a hug. Like, that's one of the things. Like,
no, a lot of people like that. They're very
Yeah,
huggable people.
I would hug a Kirby.
you would hug the
And
boots.
then you'd be digested by it.
Yeah, I want to hug it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been to any conventions?
Once. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. No.
Yeah, the worst thing about conventions, your feet fucking hurt afterwards.
Oh,
Wear
yeah.
comfortable shoes, even if you're in cosplay. Wear comfortable shoes.
Oh yeah.
You will die.
I wore stilts for a day.
Yeah, that would have been. Was that annoying or was that fine?
I was wearing basically an entire a shoe with armholes.
Yeah.
It was like black fabric.
Can I see you like that? Or?
This photo's online. I'll send you some later. You can put them.
So it'll be on screen.
Da, da, da. and it was a black tube with stilts going all the way down to my feet. My stilts were boxes on my feet about that big, and they were about a foot tall, like half a foot, maybe about a foot, like tall, adding that much. And my feet were just strapped onto them, and I was walking, like shuffling along, not actually walking because I couldn't stretch my legs. And also, I couldn't really look about because the helmet is just a tube with antlers and a tiny face hole.
What about suggestive? What about say it's because we all went to the same high school together, and we've had like say book weeks and whatnot.
Book week, cosplay day, that sort of thing.
Where people have dressed up in cosplay, and we've always still like a lot of people have still really admired all the people. Like someone literally went as a fucking tree last year.
Someone got a paper bark tree. It was like a tree that's basically can rip off the bark and it's like paper.
Yeah.
And someone just quite literally wearing stilts and a bunch of paper bark all over them, and it was just a tree for a day.
And this was still it's school day, so they still had to do school work and whatever.
Yeah, you had to go
dressed up as a tree. I mean, it's disappointing when people mock people who cosplay, like like nerds and weebs and whatever. I'm just like, can you just appreciate the fact that people have actually taken the time to make it or purchase these cosplays?
Can I just clarify something? When I say I refer to a lot of people as nerds and weebs and stuff. I'm a massive nerd. You can tell by the stuff I make, and I don't use it in a derogatory way.
Yeah, we don't.
I use it as a defining feature about them.
Yeah. Usually, I see. What about like I have a group of friends who we just call the nerds because it's just kind of people out. Like we're not like overly nerdy or anything, but we still just are that kind of people. And
like
my mom genuinely hates that I call my friends the nerds because she thinks it's an offensive term. I'm like, we more appreciate the fact that we can actually consider ourselves aside from somewhat of a norm. Yet a lot of people these days are nerds.
Yeah, that's the thing. The word nerds has been so popular in culture and videos and movies. That just became an everyday thing.
Yeah,
in the
it's
movies.
also a thing in bullying for like in
the movies, games, and all that. Being nerd is a bad thing, but
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
There's Revenge of the Nerds, which is a great film, which yes, it still has the characters, the nerds being the glass-wearing geek
braces
with braces who are like, you know, virgins and who are very smart but very socially awkward, even though they still have a big friends groups of nerds, which doesn't fucking make any sense. And especially for Revenge of the Nerds, it's a very funny movie where they take revenge, not like killing people, but like, you know, mocking the jocks and the babes and the goths. Stereotypes.
I at school I refer to my group of friends as the nerds to a teacher, and they were like, actually, do you call your friends nerds? Yeah, they are. And so you guys are the nerds. And then they were like, oh, can I actually call you that or something? Like, is that offensive?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's fine. I call them the nerds. We're all a bunch of nerds. We can't deny the fact that we're nerds. And that's like a defining feature. We are the nerds.
Yeah, I don't see they're into pop culture and all that. They think nerds is a bad thing, and there's a jobs to nerds, the goths and all that.
No,
that's the funny thing, because a lot of people you classify nerds as if you want to go to the aspect of classifying nerds as people who like pop culture and the comics and whatever, but even like the people who are the jocks can still like that stuff. Like they like comic book films, they like comics, they like, you know, anime shows and whatever. There's so many things that like people these days like so much stuff with pop culture that you can't really, you know.
You can't escape pop culture.
Yeah, you can't really call yourself, and you can't really escape the idea of being a nerd when you like pop culture. But again, it's not a bad thing to be a nerd. Like it's just something that you want to call yourself if you want to call yourself. To like, easily define yourself.
Star Wars is a big nerdy thing, and it's become mainstream. Yeah. Everyone likes Star Wars, and like
same with like Marvel films.
Especially Rogue One.
Yeah, superhero movies are now becoming mainstream. If you said you liked comics and you like superheroes, you got called a nerd, and that was a bad thing. Now everyone likes them, and that's good.
Yeah, it's interesting because I got a friend.
Marvel.
Yeah.
I got a friend who loves Marvel, who loves the comics, watches all the films and everything. But they're also a really big sports fan, and they watch like fucking basketball and baseball and whatever the shit. So it's like, does that still count them as a nerd? They call themselves a nerd because they call themselves a nerd. Like they still play like card games like MTG and whatever. But again, it's not really.
Yeah.
Is it still advancing the stereotype? It's whoever the fuck you want to be. If you don't want to call yourself a nerd, but you kind of still are one, then you just do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, I still have my own definitions of a nerd, geek, and dork, but I don't like enforce them on anyone. I don't call it as a derogatory term.
The definition of a nerd is they know everything and they're super smart. Nerd.
Geek is usually the person.
Geek knows like a broad spectrum.
Very weak.
No, the definition of nerd knows like is very into something about like really into say this one anime, an anime in general is really into anime. A geek is into everything sort of sci-fi and all that, and a dweeb knows the difference between the two.
A dweeb?
Yeah, a dweeb. He knows the difference between the two.
I don't see a difference.
Yeah, see, I have my own different definitions of the same of nerd and geek, but again, I don't really call it derogative. If anything, I think they're all one and the same, you know?
Yeah.
But they're just, you know, you can maybe call them different types of nerds and geeks, like the ones that actually go outside and do sport, and then the ones who stay inside and play computer games. But then I have a friend who does both. They also are very social and go to parties, and yet they also still dress up and like this.
They're a cool kid,
yeah,
but they're also a nerd. Like the line is getting between cool and nerd is getting blurred.
Yeah, I think the line has been blurred for so long now that you can't even call them anything different. Like if you want to call like unless they're just like strictly one and the other.
And that's like the super antisocial and being a really stereotypical nerd.
But again, you can have both types of people. You could have the cool people and the nerds go to a convention, and they can be whatever the fuck they want to be at the convention.
Yeah.
Because in cosplay, you're whoever the hell you're cosplaying as.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and there's always cosplay is usually most popular with whatever's most popular at the time. Say the Deadpool because of the film, Overwatch because it's a popular new video game.
Booties everywhere. Deadpool booties.
Always going to be something Portable Half-Life because why not? You know.
That's what I
always
should
going to be something Minecraft.
There's always going to be Minecraft. I'm just glad there's not Roblox cosplay. That's one thing I'm...
To conclude this, what do you guys think your next cosplay is going to be? If you could do one, even if you're not, that's fine, but what do you think your next one's going to be?
I'm going to finish the NCR Ranger costume. Yeah, probably that.
Probably dress up as one of the soldiers from Titanfall.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that before.
Good game.
Because I probably won't go to a convention again for another couple of years, unless someone really, I literally probably only go just because there's famous people who I like cosplaying. If I go to another one, and I dress up, I've been wanting to do Gordon Freeman for a long time, and I also want to buy myself a crowbar because why not?
You can buy, like, I can make that one day. I really want to make Gordon Freeman's armor because I have a bunch of templates.
I've always wanted to.
I can send you a bunch of stuff, like.
Yeah. But then of course you still need the money to go to the actual convention and get yourself in there. So.
Yeah.
Or maybe just I don't know, have a dress up party.
Yeah.
Get some friends over, get some booze or not booze, depending on how old you are.
Fizzy
drink or just booze. Copious amounts of booze.
Have fun.
Just have fun. Yeah, that's just I guess what the whole idea of cosplay is just have fun. And if you want to, be someone else.
Yeah.
Or just be yourself in an awesome or goofy costume. It's whatever. So yeah, this has been Cosplay. I've actually really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed my Magic Mike and Pink Salad with all of his stuff.
I probably could have brought more. I was really tempted to buy more.
I could have brought my old cosplays and whatnot, which are in my closet, which I never
Yeah, I should have brought mine, maybe. Got mine.
Embarrassing.
My costumes.
So yeah, we will see you guys in April. I don't know. Stay tuned for another episode of the Mindless Show. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe for more. If you guys know, you want to share an experience of doing cosplay or going to a convention, feel free to comment down below. I will read it because I have nothing better to do.
That's that.
I've been your host, Mr. Mindless, and this is Mindless Show. I don't know how many times I've said that. Hold on.